This week on The Basement Bros, the market makes a huge comeback led by Ripple. Canada's top digital currency exchange launches a blockchain ETF. Novogratz is back again, saying last week's dip was the bottom, and Ripple is proof of that. The SEC has delayed the Bitcoin ETF decision once again. So let's get started.
What's up, YouTube? It's the Basement Bros. We're back again with another episode. As always, I'm your host, Umar, and I've got with me Hassan.
Wakanda forever.
You're not doing it right.
Wakanda forever.
I got Maher.
You missed all the shots that you don't take, so take those shots.
Okay, and we got Shoaib.
Dash Wayne Gretzky, dash Michael Scott for all those Office fans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, it's better than jumping in.
Get both of your.
He did the crowd.
I like the shots one because it's talking about you gotta YOLO into Bitcoin or something.
Why? Why do you have to always relate things
You
back to
gotta
that?
you gotta take your shot.
You
You
miss
know?
100% of the shots you don't take.
You gotta take your
Alright,
shots.
invest in BitConnect then.
Hey, hey,
No.
hey,
Who knows? Maybe he didn't invest in Bitcoin.
hey, hey, hey.
What's up?
What am I gonna do?
Alright, so guys, let's get started. So, taking a look at the market this week, we are back. From $170 back to what, $240 in like a week, 2 weeks? 2 weeks, yeah, because last week I predicted 400 and we were back at like 210 or 215.
Yeah.
And now this week we're back to 240 and we're slowly climbing up.
Yeah.
Ripple was huge this week, like it just exploded.
Why did it explode?
Yeah, what was the reason for that?
I think it was they launched X Rapid, which allows companies to
They're about to.
see transactions real time. So let's say
Nice.
a company is transferring money to one of its sites in like Canada versus to US. They'll see their money transfer happening real time, like instant. They send money there,
It's
they
really
get
quick,
instant.
yeah.
There's no like
That's
going
good.
through banks,
It's-
right? And,
I think they made it, but it's not live yet.
yeah.
I think
So
it's going to be live and then everyone's FOMOing it now.
Yeah.
I think that increase in Ripple helped the whole market too.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
everyone's like, oh, it's back.
Yeah.
Time to go back in.
Everyone's just waiting to
Yeah.
get back
Yeah.
in.
And then like
No one wants
Ethereum
to talk about
dropping,
it.
and then people picking up.
Everyone
again
just
as
wants
well.
the all season to
You know,
start.
we saw the FOMO from 2017 December, and that was FOMO of just regular people. Like
Yeah.
This is gonna be big.
The media.
FOMO.
This is gonna
when
be-
the FOMO actually kicks in.
this time,
It's gonna be
but this
explosive.
time, guys, it's gonna be.
I don't know what to.
Guys, it's gonna be institutional FOMO, and you
Yeah.
saw what that can do. The third
Yeah.
biggest cryptocurrency by market cap.
That was
within-
institutional though.
What else was it? It was
We just-
institutional. What else can
whales.
pump something 100% in an hour?
It wasn't 100% an hour.
It
It
was-
was like 20% and then 40%.
Maybe yeah, but like
And then
Still, man.
the
that's
biggest
massive.
cryptocurrencies don't pump that fast because
Yeah.
Ripple's market cap is worth like what 20 billion. 20 billion. To add 100% to it, it went from 10 billion to 20 billion. Double
lot
the
of
market
money.
cap.
It felt a lot like the Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin flipping, and that was whales. If they can do that, I think Ripple can do that as
Dude,
well.
just wait till you see institutional FOMO.
And it's gonna be bigger than this, is what I'm
It will
saying.
be bigger than this.
Like this is
Yeah.
nothing.
I agree.
This is
I
an
agree.
institution.
Buy all the bank coins. It'll be good.
Yeah, but those are centralized. That's the problem.
XRP.
Do you
Who
support
cares?
Do you care about the
It's
technology
technology
or do you care about the money?
Yeah, that's no. Hassan's question is right. He's saying, do you care about the technology or do you care about decentralization?
Or they care about making money.
Like the technology
Yeah,
of
right, that's what I
blockchain.
said.
Yeah, or that. Do you care
It's
about
about the money. You go where the money is.
As
Yeah.
a trader, you don't look at crypto stock. You think about like where can you make money, right?
Yeah.
What's
Other
the
than that,
probability?
So other than Ripple this week, Stellar's doing really well. It shot back up to 26 cents.
Nice.
Litecoin's back to $60, and Ethereum was 240. So it's the Ripple and Ethereum fight for number 2. Let's see
Yeah.
who will be there next week. So for this week, it's Ethereum. But Ripple was there for like a day, not a full day, maybe like a couple hours.
Yeah.
It took the number 2 spot. There was a post on Reddit Cryptocurrency that said Ripple surpasses Ethereum to take the number 2 spot, and then right after there was another post that said Ethereum surpasses Ripple to take the number 2 spot, which was pretty funny.
Yeah.
All right, so first thing of the day, we have a meme here. I need to start the video, so let me just go back. So let's look at that video. So it's basically Bitcoin and all the altcoins are on a seesaw.
And then when Bitcoin goes up,
Basically,
Oh,
when
my
Bitcoin goes down,
minus 50%.
get right.
all alts get wrecked as soon as Bitcoin falls. And this is true because we saw it when Bitcoin went to like 8,500, and then when Bitcoin fell back to its 7,000, 6,000 mark, everything else just got destroyed, and it just kept happening. Bitcoin would go up a little bit, everything would go up just a little, and then Bitcoin would go down just a little bit, and everything would just
minus
drop.
20, minus 40.
Yeah, way more than Bitcoin dropping.
That's the game of altcoins, right?
That's what pushed Bitcoin's market dominance to like almost 60%. Like
Yep.
And now it's already back down to 50%. Like
What's going on with Neo nowadays?
Neo's doing fine.
Neo's still struggling just like everyone else.
Yeah.
It's like an altcoin at this point.
Yeah.
I think it's still down like 70-80%.
Yeah, because that all-time high was 100.
Like all the shitcoins are down 96% to 98%. From all-time high, and then you have those other ones that are like in between 80 to like.
Because Neo was like comparably the Ethereum of China, right?
Yeah, but even the Chinese don't recognize them as their
whatever.
Ethereum.
You know that? You remember that?
It's
tweet
just
by
the way they
Vitalik?
shell it.
He was like, Ethereum is the Ethereum of China, Ethereum is the Ethereum of Korea, Ethereum is the Ethereum of whatever. Because all these people were saying that this is the Ethereum of China, and this is the Ethereum of South Korea, and like
defeats the whole purpose of this like decentralized vision.
Ethereum has this alliance, right, filled with the community, and it's backed by 200 companies. In this community. So.
All right. So next up, our first article we have basically says $20 billion was added to the market in just 2 days. So this was mainly from Ripple surging, right? Ripple added like
but
at least
everything
10
else
million.
also.
Ripple added 10 million, and then soon after everything followed. I feel like that's always happened when you want a bull run. Like one big coin, if it makes a huge surge, people move their money sideways into other alts, right? Diversify their portfolio. It happened with Bitcoin last time when we hit 20.
And it gave me that 2017 feeling.
Yeah, right.
Then it felt like, oh my god, is this FOMO season coming? Is this alt season coming?
And people see Ripple going up too, so then they're like, oh, maybe these.
You know what would be an interesting comparison that we should consider from now on? Look at the price today and compare it to the price last year.
Of the same day.
Yeah, exactly. Because around this time last year, all these coins were pretty much like worth.
It was China FUD.
Yeah.
All these things banned all the exchanges.
Exactly.
I remember it was starting of the school year, September.
Yeah.
China banned everything. Everything is red.
That's the sad part.
And
Last year there was so much worse news.
Exactly.
Much worse news. And this year all we've had is good news after good news after good news.
But that's the good thing. That's how you know things are undervalued.
Yeah.
Exactly. Wait, Omar, do you think it would be possible? You know how in the beginning we show like a chart with like the 10 coins?
Yeah.
Would it be possible to show that exact same chart from 10 years ago?
Yeah. 10 years ago?
Yeah,
No.
not sorry. A year ago.
A year ago, yeah. A year ago, I can show 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's probably like
not the chart, but
the value.
Yeah, but
the value. Yeah.
You want to see the value of the same coins, right? Because they might not be in the top 10 last year.
So maybe there might be like a website where we can just post it.
We would have to put it on an Excel.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that next week.
Yeah. We'll take a look.
It'd be a cool thing to like look at. So it'd be more
definitely.
reassuring.
I think Ripple started this rally this week, and everything else followed. Let's see what happens next week.
I think it's gonna be nice and slow, and I don't think we're gonna get the big thing until the end of the year. Yeah. November, December is when it's gonna happen.
And then January, get ready to cash out.
Who knows, man? Who knows what's gonna happen?
It's too predictable if that happens.
Alright, so next up we have a tweet from the CEO of Binance, CZ. So he said from $0.003 in the first transaction of Bitcoin in 2010 to $6,000 support in 2018, Bitcoin has grown 2 million times in the last 7 years. So he's saying, let's dare the crypto market. We'll do 1/2000th of that in the next few years.
And that's
100. That's 1,000 times. That's what Vitalik was saying, that it won't do 1,000 times again, right?
Yeah.
But he was like, CZ is like, if it can do 1/2000th of what it did in the past 10 years, that's 1,000.
That really puts things into perspective.
That does.
Yeah.
It's hard to even refute this.
Yeah.
I can't refute this. When I look at the math, I'm like,
20 billion in 2 days.
Yeah, exactly.
You just need something. You just need something to get the engine going again.
Dude, those big institutions, all those hedge funds sitting with all that money, they don't have a way in yet.
I remember back when it was still like very new around last year. One of the main comparisons or metrics people would use would be like, look how much of the GDP of the USA is invested into stocks, into other securities, and then like less than 1% maybe is invested in crypto. Even if we were to move that to like 2 or 3%, that'd be a huge thing for the market.
So there's a theory by this dude. He does a lot of research on stocks and equities.
Yeah.
And he's like, a lot of people saying there's going to be a recession in 2020, and if that market is drowning, where do you go to? Usually people go to gold.
Yeah.
Because they know if everything dies off, gold is the one thing that will stay
exactly.
good, right?
Exactly.
So they're like, hey, Bitcoin is just another way to hedge against that.
Yeah. Instead of having to carry like lumps of gold around with you, you have your QR code or whatever.
Right.
Or you can just memorize the private key in your head. One key, memorize it.
Are you actually gonna memorize your private key?
I actually know.
How the hell do you memorize that?
I've memorized a lot of like my bank account numbers.
For example,
okay, bank account numbers are easy to memorize.
Okay, for example,
16 digits.
Coinomi or Engine wallets, they give you those 12 key phrases to back up your wallet. That's easy to memorize.
Okay.
It's 12 words.
Yeah, exactly. But what about like your actual address? You
can memorize it.
That's not that hard.
What are you talking about? You can memorize like 10 passwords. You can memorize that.
Do you know your address? Like your home address?
Of course.
So
my home address is an actual word, not like 0x80.
I actually know the 10. I actually know the 10 letters.
If you repeat that every day when you wake up, you'll memorize it.
I actually know the 10 letters of my first Ethereum address because I was just like, okay.
I'll just get it tattooed somewhere where no one can see.
It was every
time I need to make a transaction.
It was a really cool quote, like
QR code. Yeah. Put a QR code.
Yeah, just get a QR code tattooed on your arm. And every time you want to make a transaction, just go like that.
There's a movie with Justin Timberlake called In Time.
Okay.
And what it is that they solve the problem of human aging. And each person basically has like a QR code or something like that. And that dictates how long they will live. So whatever they do, they have to scan to get more time.
Yeah. And like you can do things like work adds more time to it.
Yeah.
And then like billionaires can sell you more time. And the whole story is about some billionaire gives his entire time.
Hacker.
Yeah, or is it a hacker?
Hacker found a way to hack and get infinite time or something like that.
But one person got it.
Yeah.
Alright, well, don't spoil the movie now.
Anyways,
really cool. And I'm like, man, that could be like blockchain.
Okay, relax.
I'm joking, but like.
Yeah, so there was a really, really cool article about like some couple that went to the US and they won a lot of money from a casino.
Yeah.
And then when they were bringing it back to Canada or something, they got stopped at the customs, right?
No.
But like, you can't take this much money, right?
Yeah.
So what are you supposed to do with it? And then the argument was like, if they had converted it to Bitcoin, just memorize the phrase in your head, and then you're carrying $100,000 in your head and just walking through the airport. Who's gonna stop you?
Yeah.
Right.
Interesting. That would really cause like a lot of
Why put it in your
panic
head?
for
Why can't you just put it on one note?
Yeah, you can put it anywhere. I'm just saying the point is
Yeah, for sure.
the idea was that you can just memorize something and walk with 100K in your head, not on a piece of paper, not on a wallet. Some people say it's inaccessible to take because you need a smartphone to access crypto, but that's not true. You can put.
The problem with that is though, like you get over the board and you come back and it's 10K, or it's $1 million. You don't know the 100K that you had.
It's not gonna change in less than a day.
Okay, 100K is not gonna go to 10K in one day.
It can happen.
It could happen.
Depends on the coin.
If it was January 2017, bro.
Maybe.
You could carry a stable coin. Carry
January
US dollar
28th.
tether or carry Gemini US dollar.
Exactly.
Gemini US dollar is on the Ethereum blockchain, so if you're holding
USDT,
so if you're holding
I gotta look into that.
that's from the Gemini exchange,
Yeah, exactly.
right? The Winklevoss.
Well, if you won the lottery, just throw it in, and if you get so sad it's $1 million, it's better for you. If it's 10K, it's still pretty nice.
I mean, if you're in Vegas, you might as well blow it all in there. But.
That's how you go broke.
Alright, so we have another meme here. It says IOTA, Tron, Ether Classic, Binance, NEM, VeChain Thor, Doge, Zed Classic, Omize Go, Lisk, and then it says, we called it the Great Recession. There's something underneath that
Made
says
silly memes while watching our bags evaporate.
Okay.
Bags evaporate. This meme was by Hassan, so
I give this meme like a 1.7 out of 10.
Dude, Hassan explained this.
That's a little too high for that.
This is one of those memes you put in the beginning before you start the show.
Oh, this is supposed to be the start?
Well,
I guess it was.
It's not supposed to be that.
They're just saying this past year was the Great Recession.
Yeah, the
Recession, right?
No,
Recession.
Even
2018.
word sucks.
2018.
Come on.
2018 is the recession.
It's the Recession.
That's a
But you never know. You never know,
bro.
2018 not over yet.
Recession.
No.
Come on, man.
whatever.
Just stop.
Move on to something better.
It's
Guys,
so bad.
2018 is not over yet.
Move on to something
It
better.
might be
So
much
bad.
better than 2017. You
Who
can't
knows?
predict
Who
that.
knows?
Alright, so this article shows CoinSquare's investment subsidiary. So for those who don't know, CoinSquare is a blockchain cryptocurrency exchange that's based in Canada. It's like Coinbase similarly.
Yeah.
So they basically launched 2 tech-based ETFs on the Toronto Stock Exchange. One of them is actually blockchain related, so they invest in blockchain-based companies, and their ETF actually will follow the price of cryptocurrencies closely, because if they're doing well, I think those blockchain companies will be doing well.
Yeah.
But that's the whole point of creating the ETF, to invest in companies that are involved in blockchain. Anyway, so this, I guess it gets us closer to something like a Bitcoin ETF, but it's not exactly there.
Yeah.
But it's a good option for you if you want to add it to your tax-free savings account. Like in Canada, we have tax-free savings accounts.
Yeah.
So you can invest up to like $55,000 in that. So if you want to get the kind of impact of blockchain in your investment portfolio, and you don't want to go through the cryptocurrency market, you can go through something like this.
Okay.
It won't get the same.
Speaking of tax, I think one of the legislation, someone passed a bill saying that the IRS, this is USA by the way, USA tax people, IRS, right? They're passing out a bill that IRS can't go after the people who bought Bitcoin because there are no regulations established right now.
When they establish it, they can.
They can't. Like
They
they're trying to.
It would be such
protect
a
their investors.
headache for CRA or even IRS.
Dude,
to
think
keep
about
track
it.
of
Like
people.
you
The
put-
biggest thing is
it's their fault. It's not.
As long as your
fault,
money's in the
right?
system, right? Like you're not cashing it out. You don't have to worry about how you claim it, right?
Yeah, but when you do cash it out, it shouldn't be on you. I mean,
Well, you don't
They're
have
so
to cash
behind.
it out.
Yeah, you can just make your. The goal is to eventually be able to make those transactions on your own.
Yeah.
shout out to coincards.net.
Wow.
Coincards.ca.
.ca.
That's the
Coincards.ca.
Yeah. Anyways, so moving on, we have a tweet which says, "Why do people keep comparing Bitcoin to the Tulip Bubble or South Sea Bubble or the Mississippi Bubble? Those were 1 to 2 year events. Bitcoin has almost 10 years of exponential growth, and yet people still call it a bubble."
What is the Tulip Bubble?
I mean, how you
The
define
Tulip
bubbles,
Bubble
man?
was, I think it's like some flower, the tulip.
tulip market.
So what happened is, right, people
Yeah.
started buying and selling these tulips, and people were just selling them for thousands and thousands of dollars. And
Why? It's just a flower.
Just
It's really
because
hard
it was-
to probably
wanted it.
make it, right?
It's because somebody brought this.
FOMO.
They're like, oh look,
It was
this is a really
FOMO.
rare flower. Yeah, it was a FOMO. It was
It was
FOMO.
FOMO.
Because
so
My
It's like
friend
the
got it.
the
I
beanie-
want you
the
to get it
beanie
for me
babies.
too.
yeah,
the
but
beanie bag babies, right? Because they were like, oh, this is a rare baby, and this one is a rare one.
I think
and that's a
someone
rare
figured
one.
out a efficient way to make tulips that have the same quality
Yeah.
as what people were looking for, and that's what created the burst, I guess.
Yeah, but then
And there must have been a lot of demand.
It wasn't just that. People just realized that, what the hell am I holding this flower for? Is this actually going to be worth $10,000?
And that's why I kind of don't like Bitcoin, because it's like people give it value.
Yeah, it's
That's
not
why I
that-
like a different type of token that bring value use cases.
Yeah.
Did I see that?
Things like, assets like houses where you can live in them, you can use them. That's what gives it value, right? But you question things like tulips. What gives tulips value?
For me, like gold, right?
They look nice. They smell
I don't
nice.
value
Yeah,
gold.
but that's not worth $10,000.
You can show it off to your friends.
Yeah.
I actually don't value gold. Like I see it as a stone more than as something that I wanna use.
And it's
right?
just rare. Imagine we use diamonds instead of.
Yeah, but if you look at the chart, look at that fall of the tulip bubble market. It
That's
just
nasty.
collapsed.
But it's just supply and demand, right?
Yeah, supply and demand. Well, yeah, I guess
Wow.
they...
Econ 101.
Anyway, let's move on. So,
It's our boy Novogratz.
yeah, he's back again, and even last week he was saying that
Oh
that's the
my
bottom.
God, not
Now
this
he's like-
guy again.
Now he's like, I'm sure this was the bottom because
If there's,
Is it
if
because-
there's anyone who bought every single bottom,
it's probably
it's
this
this
guy.
guy.
Because everything is the bottom for him.
It's the bottom, guys.
I feel like he's just repeating.
Next time,
it.
buy another 10,000.
It's
I
still
can
bottom,
feel
guys.
And he was actually referencing the Ripple boom. He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, see, Ripple blew up. That means that was the bottom. You guys missed out, right? You guys missed out on the bottom."
And buy another 10,000. It's gonna be
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, this is more of a meme now than an article because we discussed it last week too, and he said the exact same thing.
Oh my god.
Sir, it's dipping again. Oh, don't worry. It's gonna bottom
Anyways,
out.
all right. So this week we had some bad news. The SEC delayed the Bitcoin ETF,
I
but
think it's a good news.
but the opposite
How do you look
happened.
at it?
right?
It was gonna be no.
It was literally 4
It
hours.
was gonna be no.
Yeah, 4 hours after the announcement, the SEC said they're actually looking for more comments
More
Yeah.
votes
on why
or
they should
something.
approve the ETF because they already had 1,400 comments, right?
Yeah.
What was it?
It's not
14,000?
enough. So I don't know.
Anyways, they
I
were
don't
saying
know.
that's not enough. They need more comments, and I like 4 hours after this news came out, the market just started pumping.
Eventually, they will have to approve it. I don't know whether that's today or a year. This kind of just proves that they have.
I don't know if
You have
people were
99% in favor. What's stopping them from going through with it?
I think the delay was what was in favor.
Insider stuff. Who knows? There is a reason. The reason is that once you actually approve an ETF, you can't really go back on it. You can't
Okay.
really change anything.
Yeah.
So they want to make sure that once they approve something, they are, in their mind, they should be okay with this for the next 10, 15, 100 years. So they want to make sure the foundation of that ETF is correct.
they're taking time to do it, right?
And, who knows what else.
Plus things, I don't know if we still didn't get a comment if US has tax-free savings account, but if something like a Bitcoin ETF comes up that's being traded on stock exchanges, Canadians will be able to add this to their tax-free savings account.
Yeah.
So
it's
imagine
not-
adding Bitcoin at $6,000 to your tax-free savings account. You can buy like 10 of them and just holding them there, and then if they go to $1 million, you don't have to pay tax.
I don't think it works like that, does it?
Yeah, it works like that.
Bitcoin ETF is just buying Bitcoin?
That's
I thought Bitcoin BTC is like buying different cryptocurrencies.
No,
Not
Bitcoin
portfolio.
ETF will be Bitcoin.
Bitcoin only.
It will be
Okay.
Bitcoin only. The
Yeah.
fund will buy Bitcoin for you, and then
Okay.
they'll trade the ETF on the stock exchange.
Yeah.
It'll be like trading real Bitcoin.
It's
That's-
like not owning Bitcoin, but just owning the ETF.
That's what makes a difference from the Canadian ETFs that launched, right? Those
Yeah.
are blockchain ETFs.
They're
Those-
companies.
They're actually investing in companies' stocks, and they're calling it the blockchain ETF.
Yeah. And
But
AI.
they're investing in companies like there was two different ones. There was one for AI, one for blockchain.
Yeah. Any company that use a lot of AI or blockchain in their business.
But that's not cryptocurrency. They don't invest in
No.
any cryptos.
Cryptocurrency is different.
Yeah. So this Bitcoin ETF will actually be like investing in
The actual
directly,
cryptocurrency.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because when gold's ETF came out, it was hedged against actual gold.
Wait until the inverse Bitcoin ETF comes, because that's how gold is. There's something you can buy when
To short it,
Bitcoin,
right?
yeah, and there's leverage on it too, right?
Of course.
It's gonna get really crazy. We're in the beginning of a lot of crazy stuff.
All right, guys. So that's it for this week. That's our
That
last
was the last
article.
one.
So let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. Please like our video, subscribe to our channel if you want to see more. We're also doing segments called Basement Labs. So if you see our first video, it's already posted there.
Yeah.
If you want us to do more things like that for other coins, we're thinking about doing like nano transactions, testing like the transaction speed, Solidity tutorials maybe.
Yeah.
Staking coins like Stellar or like Navcoin, which actually jumped today. So if you guys want to learn more about the technology behind
Pump
some of the stuff,
today.
Yeah.
And dumped today.
Well, yeah.
You said it jumped. I'm like, oh yeah.
No, I said pumped.
Oh really?
I said pumped.
Pretty sure I heard jump.
I heard jumped.
Really? Okay, watch
I
the
heard
video.
pumped.
I said pumped.
I heard jumped.
Anyways, so let us know what you guys want to see, and we'll start adding it to our channel. We're also thinking of doing a segment where we walk around and ask random people like in malls and stuff if they've
Yeah,
heard
that'd be
about
fun.
cryptocurrency.
That'd be fun.
I'm
And
pretty sure everyone's heard of it by now, but no one really knows.
I'm so
I don't think
curious.
everyone has.
there was
I'm
a
curious as to what level do they actually know.
Okay.
People know what Bitcoin is, but when I ask them, hey, do you actually know how it works? Oh, no, but
Do you know how it works?
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Do you really know how it works?
No, I don't.
So there was actually a news article from the U.S. and they said 80% of U.S. residents know what Bitcoin is, but only like 6 or 7% of them are say that they hold crypto.
Oh, okay.
So it's a huge a lot of people
Wow.
know about it because it was a craze last year.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. So everyone must have
Everybody
heard it. It was on the
everybody
news.
knew
and stuff.
about it. Yeah.
All right.
All right, guys. So on that note, remember,
Hold on for dear life.